NewGenGamers.com.
And we don't go as much into the specifics of the crash into this one. Watch our Atari 2600, 5200 videos, and we get into a lot more in-depth discussion about the causes, because let's face it, Atari caused a lot of what caused the crash. Not that at no point have video games not been popular, it's just what video games were available is what affects, you know, the marketplace.
And you know, and it's interesting to look back at the span of time these things lived through. You know, the longevity of the systems. I won't go back into that, but the crash was pretty much a pretty intense 2-year period where everyone thought it was dead. Kids went back to reading for a small period of time, thank God. But,
and beating each other up.
Yeah,
a time-honored tradition.
Oh yes, they do enjoy that. And they went back to playing sports, but thank God video games came back, because we'd all be healthy if they didn't.
Yeah.
Healthy and probably happy, but I'm happy, not healthy. But let's kind of end our run here of Mr. Do, the clan member. Evidently, I don't know what the deal is with his outfit.
He is.
Still haven't figured that out. I'm not trying to be weird about that, but he does look like a clan member. That's all you can say. He was not doing the right thing, Mr. Do. But let's check out our last game, and we'll give our final impressions on the ColecoVision and all the consoles in our first segment, or our first console war, our true console wars.
Alright everybody, to close it out here for the ColecoVision, we're going to take a look at Venture by Exidy.
And this will also close out Console Wars of the Past Part 1, Series 1. As we've gone through the entire industry here, this is kind of the apex of the first generation.
Yeah, the earliest of the console generations. Now, there are a couple before this where, like, a few systems released, like the Magnavox Odyssey and, like, Home Pong, but those we don't count because they don't have interchangeable cartridges.
We're gonna
as
call
Ron
that
was saying.
We're gonna call that Console War 0, actually, when we get to that point.
Yeah, because it wasn't really a console war. It was just basically people getting their feet wet in the industry.
Yeah, they were trying to figure out what the hell these things exactly were. So there really wasn't a lot of marketing or understanding of what even they were selling. So this generation is the first time we see the interchangeable cartridges, and the creative people flex their muscles and come up with crazy things like this, with these weird egg-looking men chasing the smiley face guy with the bow and arrow that's trying to get the bowl of rice and escape from the room, or whatever's happening.
Whatever you want to make up.
That was the Goblin Room, by the way. Now this is a really fun game.
I'm being chased by sick Punisher symbols.
You try and get into each room and collect the fruit and shut it down, and then you'll get to the next section with more rooms. You can also play this 2-player, which is a lot of fun too, because you've got to work together and against each other, and you can block your friend off and try and get to the room first so that he's stuck on the other side of the board with all the little Punisher symbol men. Oh, and look at these. A little bit more trickery here. This is the wall room. And a very creative title. This isn't like a lot of other titles. Something a little bit different. A couple different screens, a couple of different ways to play.
Yeah, it's kind of like an adventure where you're collecting treasures, you're, going through different areas. It kind of reminds me of that D&D game we played for Intellivision, only a little bit more snazzy as far as the graphics go. Ooh, tricky.
I like the arrows in them.
Yeah, he's just a smiley face that is made into a bow and arrow.
And on this screen, you're just a little dot. This is the two-head room. And each room has a different name that kind of represents what you're going to be fighting. There you see the two-headed beasts, which after you shoot them, that arrow almost looks like one head.
Apparently you got one.
So you try and go through all these and collect all the treasures.
And it really does play like a full-fledged adventure game, which is something you didn't see on the early consoles very much.
No, it was still something new. They were getting past the very, very early Atari games, and this is where we start seeing the rise of more creative titles that were trying crazy things, and
things that were just a little bit deeper.
A little bit deeper, that you didn't repeat the same screen over and over again. You know,
what the hell are those?
Those are dragons.
They look like cows with rainbow wings.
Well, again, these early systems, you interpret the graphics how you please. Especially since it was mostly marketed towards children. They use their imaginations anyway.
Yeah.
You know, decide what you want it to be.
Kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure thing.
What does a man of adventure do between adventures?
I play Exidy's Venture, the video cartridge that plays just like the arcade game. It sharpens my reflexes.
Armed only with an arrow, you hunt for treasure, gold, diamonds, and it's not easy because you have to get past deadly monsters, goblins, snakes.
And dragon.
Play Venture on your ColecoVision, Atari VCS, or Intellivision video game system.
I hate dragons.
It's me talking, the Fonz Pinball. Wanna play me?
Play the Fonz Pinball, a rugged machine with plenty of fast action.
Pretty slick, huh?
The Fonz Pinball is the real thing, with drag strip raceways. Lots of bumper action, too. Watch those independent action flippers.
Perfect.
Bells, lights, real scoring. The Fonz Pinball Machine.
Hey.
By Coleco.
UJ Gamers.com